My father spent my college fund on my sister's wedding. 10 years later, I bought the bank that foreclosed on their house. I was 17 when I found out. My older sister, Vanessa, was getting married, and my parents transformed into royalty. The dress alone cost $15,000. The venue, 20. Open bar, live band, flowers flown in from Ecuador. I asked my dad about my college fund. He laughed. College fund? We use that to give your sister the wedding she deserves. You're smart. You'll figure something out. I figured out that my existence was an inconvenience to people who'd never planned for me. Vanessa was their miracle baby. I was the accident that happened 10 years later, the one they never quite got around to loving. I worked 3 jobs through community college, lived on ramen and rejection, transferred to a state university, graduated with honors, and landed a job at a small regional bank. Nothing glamorous, just a foot in the door. That was 10 years ago. Today, I'm the youngest vice president in the history of First Metropolitan Bank. I've closed multi-million-dollar deals, built a reputation as the guy who turns failing investments around, and quietly accumulated enough wealth that my parents' house, the one they bragged about for decades, is pocket change. Last month, my assistant brought me a file, a residential property in foreclosure, scheduled for auction. The address was burned into my memory, 37 Maple Drive, my childhood home. I pulled the file. My parents had taken out a second mortgage 5 years ago to cover Vanessa's second wedding, then a third to pay off her credit card debt, then a fourth when my father's business went under. They'd borrowed against everything. Now the bank was calling. I didn't tell anyone. I just waited. The auction was yesterday. Small room, bored people. My parents sitting in the back looking 10 years older than they should. My father's hands shook. My mother stared at the floor. The bidding started. A few investors offered scraps. Then I raised my paddle. 300,000. Silence. The auctioneer looked at me. My parents looked at me. Recognition dawned slowly on their faces. Marcus? My mother whispered. I didn't acknowledge her. The auctioneer called the bid twice. No one countered. The gavel fell. 37 Maple Drive belonged to me. Afterward, my father cornered me in the parking lot. He looked small, broken, nothing like the man who'd laughed about my college fund. You bought our house. To get back at us? I leaned against my car. I bought an asset at fair market value. The bank will get its money. You'll have 90 days to vacate. Where are we supposed to go? Not my problem. You're smart. You'll figure something out. His face crumpled. He knew those words. He'd spoken them 10 years ago, dismissing his son like yesterday's trash. My mother came up behind him, tears streaming. Marcus, please. We're your parents. We made mistakes. We didn't know. You didn't know what? That the son you abandoned would one day hold the keys to your future? I shook my head. You didn't think about me at all. That was the problem. I got in my car and drove away. Today, I met with a property manager. The house needs work. They let it fall apart. I'm having it renovated, updated, turned into something beautiful. Then, I'm donating it to a nonprofit that houses foster kids aging out of the system. Kids like I almost was. Kids whose parents decided they weren't worth investing in. Vanessa called me 7 times last night, screaming, crying, begging. Her kids are devastated. Her mother is unwell. Can't I find it in my heart to forgive? I let each call go to voicemail.